The Indiana Fever continued their offseason overhaul Tuesday by signing free agent forward Brianna Turner, a two-time WNBA All-Defensive selection. Turner is the latest addition to a roster that consists of 5 All-Stars and the WNBA's last 2 Rookies of the Year, guard Caitlin Clark and forward Aaliyah Boston. Adding Turner also follows a trend the Fever have followed throughout the offseason, brining in veterans with postseason experience. Indiana already had signed forwards Natasha Howard, a 3-time champ and 2-time All-Star, and DeWanna Bonner, a 2-time champ and 6-time All-Star. Indiana believes the additions will make the franchise a legitimate title contender after ending a 7-year playoff drought last season. The Fever were swept in the first round of the playoffs by the Connecticut Sun. "I am ecstatic to join the Fever organization and compete for a championship," Turner said in a statement released by the team. "I was drawn to the team's commitment to investing in women and providing the best professional atmosphere for success. The front office and coaching staff have assembled a dynamic roster that I'm looking forward to learning from and growing with throughout the season." Atlanta selected Turner with the number 11 overall draft pick in 2019 and traded her to Phoenix. The Notre Dame alum spent her first 5 seasons with the Mercury, earning all-rookie honors in 2019. She was selected to the league's all-defensive team in 2020 and 2021 after finishing among the league's top 8 in blocks each season. Turner spent last season with the Chicago Sky, playing the fewest minutes of her 6 pro seasons and averaged career lows of 1.2 points, 2.0 rebounds, and 0.5 blocks. But Indiana believes the 6'3" shot blocker could be poised for a resurgence this season. Turner's career averages are 4.6 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks. She adds depth to our post rotation, bringing exceptional shot blocking and rebounding abilities to our team, General Manager Amber Cox said. "Brianna's basketball IQ is off the charts. She plays with great pace and is another fantastic veteran presence for us, both on and off the court." Turner helped lead the Fighting Irish to their second NCAA championship in 2018. She will be reunited with former Mercury teammate Sophie Cunningham, who the Fever acquired in a 4-team trade. Indiana also signed guard Sydney Colson, who played the past 3 seasons in Las Vegas where she was part of 2 championship runs. As the WNBA's popularity among the major sports landscape has risen exponentially over the past few years, through its exciting new players transitioning from their incredible collegiate careers to the professional ranks, the relative compensation disparity compared to their NBA counterparts has become increasingly more evident. In a recent interview with ESPN, Aaron Kane, the agent representing Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark, said that the rising star may never fully be compensated for her true worth. "Will Caitlin Clark ever be paid by the WNBA what she's really worth to that league? I don't think that's possible," said Kane. "She's part of a larger player body. They all need to be paid more. She should be recognized for what she has done and what she's brought to the league from an economic standpoint. It's as simple as that." Clark enters her second season with the Fever this May after breaking the league's assists record as a rookie and securing the league's Rookie of the Year award. She and the rest of a star-studded 2024 rookie class helped drive the WNBA's most-watched regular season in 24 years and its highest attendance in more than 20. In terms of economic impact, a recent interview by the Indianapolis Star with an economist at Indiana University Columbus calculated that Clark was responsible for $36 million in economic impact to the city of Indianapolis and almost 27% of the league's economic activity for the 2024 season, including attendance, merchandise sales, and television. According to her Hoop stats, Clark's salary is expected to be $78,060 skags for the 2025 season, which is 5.3% of the team's $1,475,650 total payroll, excluding those currently on training camp contracts as of February 17. As of the current collective bargaining agreement, the league's salary cap is set at $1,507,100. WNBA salaries are collectively bargained and range from roughly $64,144 to $241,984 for a player on a super maximum contract. The Women's National Basketball Players Association, WNBPA, opted out of its current CBA last October, potentially creating a work stoppage if a new deal isn't reached by the end of the 2025 season. Last year, the WNBA announced an 11-year media rights deal valued at about $2.2 billion or $200 million per year, significantly higher than the $60 million the league currently gets. In response to the deal negotiated by the NBA, which owns about 60% of the WNBA, WNBPA Executive Director Terry Jackson said last July that the league is being undervalued for its current worth and potential. "I think we're ready for a spin-off from the NBA," Kane said. "I just think that the NBA is incentivized to make decisions that are good for the NBA, and those are not always aligned with what's good for the WNBA. And so, for the sake of the league that I work in, I want women and women's basketball to be able to make clean, clear choices that are in their own best interest." Certainly, with negotiations surrounding the next CBA at the simmering stage, it will be a topic to keep an eye on as the league enters its 28th season. Earlier this offseason, the Indiana Fever made a major shakeup to their organization by hiring new head coach Stephanie White. Just a few months later, the team traded for guard Sophie Cunningham as part of a three-team deal that sent the number 2 pick in 2020, Satu Sabali, to the Phoenix Mercury from the Dallas Wings, who received point guard Ty Harris and the rights to Micaiah Kiki Herbert Harrigan from Phoenix and Nalissa Smith from the Fever. Indiana also sent Dallas the 8th pick in this year's draft while receiving Cunningham and the number 19 pick in the draft. "I told people upstairs I will be her Sabrina Carpenter any day to her Taylor Swift," Cunningham said. "I am so excited for this. I just think that she's a great human too. She's got a lot of pressure on her shoulders and a lot of eyes on her, and she just nails it so gracefully, and she's just a great human, so I'm just excited to be a part of something like that." As it turns out, White had the exact same thing to say about her new star player. The Indiana Fever bolstered their lineup with a significant addition on Tuesday, signing free agent forward Brianna Turner. Known for her defensive prowess, Turner is a two-time WNBA All-Defensive Team selected. Turner joins a Fever roster teeming with talent, including Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. The Fever have been active this offseason, integrating experienced players with postseason credentials into their squad. This strategy was evident in their earlier signings of forwards Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner, who share 3 WNBA championships. Indiana also signed guard Sydney Colson, a two-time champion who thrived with the Las Vegas Aces, following a season in which the Fever broke a 7-year playoff drought. Only to be swept by the Connecticut Sun in the first round, the team is keen on transforming into a title contender. "I am ecstatic to join the Fever organization and compete for a championship," Turner said. "I was drawn to the team's commitment to investing in women and providing the best professional atmosphere for success. The front office and coaching staff have assembled a dynamic roster that I'm looking forward to learning from and growing with throughout the season." Turner was selected 11th overall by Atlanta in the 2019 WNBA draft before being traded to the Phoenix Mercury, where she spent her first 5 seasons. Although her playing time diminished last season with the Chicago Sky, Turner has maintained career averages of 4.6 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks per game. She adds depth to our post-rotation, bringing exceptional shot blocking and rebounding abilities to our team, Fever general manager Amber Cox said. "Brianna's basketball IQ is off the charts. She plays with great pace and is another fantastic veteran presence for us, both on and off the court." Other moves the Fever made this offseason include signing Turner's former Phoenix Mercury teammate, Sophie Cunningham. Indiana also re-signed Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark's dynamic backcourt partner. The pieces are in place for this group to take the next step collectively as Clark develops. Caitlin Clark quickly burst onto the WNBA scene as the league's number 1 overall pick, breaking several all-time league records as an all-star point guard for the Indiana Fever. The near-unanimous 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year made the jump from the college to professional game with relative ease. That being said, there were certainly some growing pains in her first few WNBA games. Clark was forced to deal with a new level of physicality at the professional level, taking several big hits from veteran players in the early stages of her debut WNBA campaign. Throughout the season, Clark developed strength to deal with this increased physicality. And now with a full off-season training program under her belt, she's stronger than ever heading into year 2. New Fever head coach Stephanie White made that abundantly clear during a recent interview with The Athletic.